some young broke dude.
I'm late to work because I followed this dog for 3 blocks in the wrong direction.
Arf, arf.
The world is absolute shit. Also the world.
Arf.
I just delivered a Spider-Man 4-wheeler to this house and a little boy ran outside and hugged me so hard like I paid for it. You welcome, son, damn.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse is cool and all, but can we talk about Goofy for a sec? He was a single dad who raised his son, and when he lost his job, he went back to college so he could get a job to support his son. That mouse has nothing on this dog. Since I started my new job about a month ago, I noticed one of my coworkers gets treated like an outcast, so I made a point to befriend him. Today, he came into my office, handed me a gift card, and awkwardly goes, "Thank you for treating me like a person." Bitch, I might be crying.
I went to the farmer's market yesterday and at the honey guy's booth, and there were all these bees just hanging out, checking out the beeswax tabs, floating around the honey jars, not being aggressive, just really gentle and investigating or something. And as he was giving me a sample of the wildflower honey, one of them landed on his hand and he just took a drop from the jar and dabbed it on his hand for the bee. And when I asked if they were his bees, he said, "No, but they show up every time I come out. I think they just know my truck." And this guy is well known among the local bees and lets them sit on his hand and eat his honey, and I just really like the bee guy.
Doesn't matter how manly you are. When your little girl wants to have a fairy tea party, you have one. Remodeling the kitchen and pulled the microwave off the wall. He never gave up hope.
I knew you'd come back for me.
There's no excuse for abusing animals. I may be evil, but I still love animals.
When the ladies at the Asian bakery call me honey and darling.
Meow.
I just saw a dad get out of the car with his 2 young boys and he yells, "Who can go hug mom the fastest?" And all of them start running toward their house. That's the kind of future I want.
The human set up a fan right next to my bed that moves back and forth, so every few seconds I feel like I'm flying.
You ever just sit down and get overwhelmed by thoughts of how much you love your mom?
If you could add the number 0 to the end of any total in your life, bank account, life expectancy, etc., what would you choose and why?
My dog's lifespan. She's a good girl and she deserves it. Do you ever watch a film to the end of the credits, pick a name and think, "Hey Clint Younggreen, assistant bear trader number 3, I bet you thought nobody would see you down here. Nice job, pal."
Best advice from my dad. You believed in Santa for 8 years. You can believe in yourself for 10 seconds. Thank you to whomever did this so my car didn't get rained in because I stupidly left my sunroof open. This is why I love my neighborhood.
A man in Indiana made an AT-AT costume for his horse, intending to only get a few pictures before removing it. When he took off the headpiece, the horse got upset and insisted he put it back on, which made his horse happy again. Now the horse isn't allowing him to remove any piece of the costume.
My dog ate it. I forgot it. My duckling fell asleep on my calculator.
Last night I realized that if you start inexplicably clapping when one of your friends arrives at a party, everyone else at the party will start clapping too. It's the perfect wholesome prank. 10 out of 10, highly recommend.
Being a pet owner is like being a sugar daddy. You waste all of your money on keeping them happy and the only thing they do is look cute and give you attention sometimes.
Today, my 5-year-old laughed at this painting in the middle of a museum for like 6 minutes.
Hi Dublin Bus News. My 3-year-old wanted to know how you decide which buses get to sleep inside the depot garage and which have to sleep out in the yard.
Hi, Matthew. We have rang around to a few of the depots and we can confirm that all buses are loved equally and take turns sleeping inside the warm depot. Those sleeping outside are given cocoa to keep warm.
I needed this so much today.
I just encountered a little girl in a princess dress who was practicing karate kicks. I asked her what she was doing and she said combat ballet.
The sign of a good relationship.
I hid under the bed to scare my boyfriend while he was in the bathroom, and when he came out he saw I was gone and I watched him get all excited and run in the closet to wait and scare me. I was sitting under my bed crying, laughing.
School administrators thought a student was dealing drugs out of his locker. They investigated and discovered he was making free sandwiches for students that couldn't afford school lunch.
Ominous positivity. You'll be okay. You have no choice.
Everything will turn out fine. You cannot stop it.
You will succeed. It is inevitable.
Some of y'all were raised by parents who were abusive, homophobic, racist, and crooked, but you were empathetic, paid attention, figured it out, broke the cycle, cultivated goodness in your lives, and it shows.
My 3-year-old said she wanted to be an astronaut, and I said she had to study hard, go to college, learn a lot of science, and take a physical fitness test, and she shrugged and said, that's just 4 things. So she's basically a nonchalant motivational speaker. My dad gave me the nicest compliment I've ever received. We were talking about careers, and I told him that I'm not too sure about what I want to do, although I do know that I want to do something that makes the world a better place in some way. My dad, ever thoughtful, paused and responded, I don't think you should worry about that too much. You already make the world a better place just by being you. I love my dad.